This last cold weather, the wind got teeth, smoke in the light, and the floorboards speak. I've been standing here with my hands too cold, watching the same old lie get told. The neon's buzzing like a bad complaint, ash in the glass where the clean should ain't. She came in early, left too late. Now every silence knows her name. I got a coat on the back of the chair, got my own troubles sitting right there. The clock don't care what we promised back then, it just keeps dragging us back again. And I can hear that door swing low, like a hard wind through a tired soul. This last call weather, everybody knows. You don't call it love when the cold comes close. You call it weather, you call it fate, you call it anything that helps you wait. Last call weather, I can barely see what she was to me, what I was to me. The bouncer yawned, the jukebox fought, some old slow hurt that nobody bought. I seen her laugh with her mouth too thin, seen her eyes hold back the shape I'm in. She said, don't start like I was a fight, like I hadn't bled for her all night. But the truth walked in with the smoking crowd, and it sat us down and talked too loud. That wind keeps leaning on the glass, like it knows we ain't built to last. This last call weather, everybody knows. You don't call it love when the cold comes close. You call it weather, you call it fate, you call it anything that helps you wait. Last call weather, I can barely see what she was to me, what I was to me. A man can drink the truth down slow, but it still stands up when the room gets low. Now the mop bucket waits by the sink, and I can hear my own footsteps think, if I reach for her, I reach for her. If I let her go, I'll still wear the dirt. So I light one up and let it burn, like every lesson I never learned. The night don't end, it just changes names, and I keep walking through the same old rain. It's last call weather, everybody knows. You don't call it love when the cold comes close. You call it weather, you call it fate, you call it anything that helps you wait. Last call weather, no clean escape, just a man and a woman in the shape of a break. Last call weather, the lights go thin, and I walk that line till I wear it in. Weather on the window, weather in my chest. Truth don't sleep, and it don't let up the rest. She wore my smoke like a second skin. ash on the sleeve. Not from a fire, from the room I leave. From the loose talk, the bad decisions. From the way I split and call it living. She'd set the plate down, not ask why. Just look right through me with that tired eye. And all my big words, they fell apart on the edge of her table in the dark. Ash on her sleeve, that's what love left. A little gray proof of my bad breath. Ash on her sleeve, and I still see how she wore my life more than me. Ash on her sleeve, don't call it grace. It's the mark I left on a decent place. I had a pocket full of apology, but I spent it trying to sound like me. She knew the smell before I sat down, knew the blues from the block to the edge of town. When she got quiet, it wasn't peace. It was the sound of a heart on lease. I kept saying, baby, I'm coming clean, while I made more smoke than I ever seen. She'd brush her coat and shake her head like she was talking to the living dead. Ash on her sleeve, that's what love left. A little gray proof of my bad breath. Ash on her sleeve, and I still see how she wore my life more than me. Ash on her sleeve, don't call it grace. It's the mark I left on a decent place. Yeah. I was in a storm, I was a habit, a door left open, a drunk man's rabbit. She kept the house while I kept the hurt, and made it look like it might work. Now I see her coat on a chair by the door, and I don't reach for it like I did before. Some nights the whole block smells like rain, and her name walks back through my brain. I could tell you I changed, but I won't lie. The ash is still there when I close my eyes. It's in my throat and in my cuffs. Love don't leave, it just collects on us. Ash on her sleeve, that's what love left. A little gray proof of my bad breath. Ash on her sleeve, and I still see how she wore my life more than me. Ash on her sleeve, don't call it grace. It's the mark I left on a decent place. Ash on her sleeve, when the room got cold, she was the one thing I couldn't fold. Ash don't burn, it settles in. She wore my smoke like a second skin. Don't touch the wound if you ain't stand. You see me weak, you see me broke, you see the joke inside the joke. You call it care when you ask me twice, but you like the way I pay the price. I was sweet one time, not anymore. Sweet gets you left on a stranger's floor. Now when you lean in, I lean back. I got a mean little heart on a mean little track. So if you came for mercy, girl, you got the wrong man in the wrong world. Don't call me tender, don't call me kind, don't hold that voice up to my mind. Don't call me tender, I'm barely here. I'm all scar tissue and borrowed beer. Don't call me tender, not tonight. I'm the kind of hurt that bites back right. You know my shirt, you know my scars, you know my route from bar to bar. You know the way I fake that grin when I feel you coming like the end of sin. You say I changed, I say I stayed. Same damn damage, different shade. You don't want truth, you want the part where I fold soft and hand you my heart. But I ain't a prayer you can repeat. I'm a hard town pulse and a bad backbeat. Don't call me tender, don't call me kind, don't hold that voice up to my mind. Don't call me tender, I'm barely here. I'm all scar tissue and borrowed beer. Don't call me tender, not tonight. I'm the kind of hurt that bites back right. Step out into the rain, my whole mean body knows your name. I hate that need, I hate that pull, I hate how empty gets when you go full. So don't bring soft hands to a hard call room. Don't bring sweet talk to a loaded broom. If you want me, come as the mess, not the polished lie of my tenderness. To my mind, don't call me tender, I'm barely here. I'm all scar tissue and borrowed beer. Don't call me tender, not tonight. I'm the kind of hurt that bites back right. Don't call me tender, say what I am, a worn out man with a shaking head. Say what I am. Don't touch the wound if you ain't staying. Cheap light, thin walls, holy trouble. Motel room faith with the curtains half gone, neon on the sink and the night too long. You took your shoes off like you own the sin. I set my pride down and let you in. There's a stain on the carpet shaped like regret, and both of us know we ain't done paying yet. You touched my face like you were checking to see if the broken part still answered me. Motel room faith, that's all we got. A little bit of prayer in a parking lot. Motel room faith, dirty and true. If this is a sin, it still looks like you. Motel room faith, don't talk too loud. The truth in this room don't need no crowd. I saw your wedding ring, tan line clear. Saw the whole bad year in your beard. You said your man was a cold front joke. I said my heart was a rusted spoke. We laughed too hard at the wrong damn thing, like two lost dogs with the same chain link. The ice machine groaned, the sink ran slow, and every lie we told came out low. I don't know if we met by grace or just by needing a place. Motel room faith, that's all we got. A little bit of prayer in a parking lot. Motel room faith, dirty and true. If this is a sin, it still looks like you. Motel room faith, don't talk too loud. The truth in this room don't need no crowd. You said stay till morning. I said I don't do mornings. At 3 a.m. your mouth went still, like you heard the whole world overkill. You leaned on me like I was whole, and I leaned back like I was stone. But when you cried, I felt the floor open up where the bed was before. I wanted rescue, I wanted touch, I wanted something that hurt less, much. Motel room faith, that's all we got. A little bit of prayer in a parking lot. Motel room faith, dirty and true. If this is a sin, it still looks like you. Motel room faith, don't talk too loud. The truth in this room don't need no crowd. Motel room faith, no saints, no lies, just two hard hearts and a neon sky. Morning can wait. Rain on the alley, rain on my nerve. I seen your name in the rain tonight, on a bus stop bench and a headlight bite, on a hound dog tail and a broken sign on the window where I was losing time. You walked by close with a man too neat, fresh white cuffs and a clean pressed beat. He held the umbrella like he held your air, and I stood they're getting wet on the stair. Ain't no dignity in a storm like this. Just a fool with a grudge and a clenched up fist. Your name in the rain, it won't wash out. It stays on the glass and it stays in my mouth. Your name in the rain, I hear it fall from every dark window down this block. Your name in the rain, I keep score. Every drop knows what I'm looking for. I went downtown to buy me space. Found your laugh on the edge of a plate. Found your lipstick on a cigarette case. Found a cold look that you wear to save face. He ain't the first man to stand that tall. He won't be the last one to take the fall. You got a way of making hurt look neat and leaving wreckage in a tidy street. I told myself I wouldn't bend. Then the wind came back with your name again. Your name in the rain, it won't wash out. It stays on the glass and it stays in my mouth. Your name in the rain, I hear it fall from every dark window down this block. Your name in the rain, I keep score. Every drop knows what I'm looking for. Rain don't lie, but it don't comfort either. If I ever see you on a dry night street, don't expect no mercy or a dancing beat. I might walk past like I don't know pain, or I might come back just to say it again. I hate the picture, I hate the scene, I hate the way you live in between. But I hate worse how the rain brings near every last thing I refuse to hear. Your name in the rain, it won't wash out. It stays on the glass and it stays in my mouth. Your name in the rain, I hear it fall from every dark window down this block. Your name in the rain, I keep score. Every drop knows what I'm looking for. Your name in the rain, don't make me pray. I've been soaked in you too many days. Rain keeps talking. Rain keeps talking. I keep the door unlocked. I keep the door unlocked, like a fool keeps score, like a man still listening for a boot step on the floor. I tell myself it's habit, I tell myself it's air, but I know damn well I'm leaving home right there. The chain don't click, the deadbolt don't bite. I leave a little room for you to ruin my night. I keep the door locked for a ghost that knows my name. I keep the door unlocked, and I swear I'm not the same. I keep the door locked. That's a shame I can't deny. If you come back empty-handed, I will still ask why. The neighbors hear the radio, the bottles, the train. They don't hear the argument I have with rain. I set 2 cups out, then I set one back. I light the second cigarette and stare down the crack. A man can call it hope if he wants to lie. A man can call it patience till the day he dies. But every time the hallway creaks, I stand too fast, like a dog that never learned to bite his past. This ain't devotion, this ain't grace. It's a bruise I keep in place. I keep the door unlocked for a ghost that knows my name. I keep the door unlocked, and I swear I'm not the same. I keep the door unlocked. That's the shame I can't deny. If you come back empty-handed, I will still ask why. I didn't wait for you. I trained myself to need the sound of you. So if you see me on a stupid dawn, with the lock half turned and the light half on, know that mercy is a crooked thing when a man mistakes a chain for a ring. I ain't proud, I ain't pure, I ain't free. I'm just the house this memory keys. And every night I let it in, then blame the dark for what I live within. I keep the door unlocked for a ghost that knows my name. I keep the door unlocked, and I swear I'm not the same. I keep the door unlocked. That's the shame I can't deny. If you come back empty-handed, I will still ask why. Keep the door unlocked. Let the truth walk through. If I can't shut love out, it wasn't love I knew. Wasn't love I knew. A clean exit ain't a blues thing. I wanted a door, I got a wall. I wanted a reason, I got the call. I want a little light to show me where. Instead I learned how to breathe bad air. We both got sharp when the money ran low. We both got mean where the soft parts grow. You kept your secrets, I kept my thirst. Then we stood there acting like mine came first. Truth is ugly in a kitchen light. Truth don't care who feels right. No clean exit, no clean hands, no clean story for a dirty man. No clean exit, no saint's reward, just a busted key and a slammed up door. No clean exit, I can own that now. I stayed too long, I know how. You threw your words like broken glass. I threw mine back and called it class. We made a sport out of staying hurt. Two proud fools in a cheap hotel shirt. I can't make you the only blame. I fed the fire, I like the flame. I like the drama, like the chase. Liked how anger gave my life a face. There ain't no winner in this room, just two hard lives and a little ruin. No clean exit, no clean hands, no clean story for a dirty man. No clean exit, no saints reward, just a busted key and a slammed up door. No clean exit, I can own that now. I stayed too long and I know how. I don't miss the pain, I miss the shape it gave it. So if you ask me what went wrong, it was the same old hurt too long. It was pride, it was need, it was fear dressed clean. It was two lost souls with a mouth full of mean. And I won't sell it soft to save my skin. I was there when the damage walked in. I was there when the lie turned true. I was there, and so were you. No clean exit, no clean hands, no clean story for a dirty man. No clean exit, I can own that now. I stayed too long and I know how. No clean exit, that's the line. No clean exit, and no one's fine. No one's fine. A clean exit ain't a blues thing. When the lights come up, the truth don't change. It just shows its face in the wrongest way. When the lights come up, I don't get clean. I just see the room for what it's been. A little too small, a little too mean, a little too close to the things I mean. Your coffee cup still got a red lip ring. My coat still smells like a burnt out thing. And I can dress it up, but I won't pretend this is the kind of morning that makes amends. When the lights come up, the blues don't leave. They sit right down and they look at me. When the lights come up, I don't get saved. I just learn the shape of the mess I made. When the lights come up, I don't get free. I get a little more honest. hard fact, and it follows me clean where I can't look back. So let the streetcar start, let the church bell ring. Morning ain't mercy, it's an answering. When the lights come up, the blues don't leave. They sit right down and they look at me. When the lights come up, I don't get saved, I just learn the shape of the mess I made. When the lights come up, I don't get free, I get a little more honest with me. I won't call it over, I won't call it gone, I call it carried, I call it long. So if you ask what this record knew, it knew the dark and it knew you. It knew how weather can live in a chest, how a man can survive without ever getting rest. I keep moving, that's the only vow. Not because I'm healed, but because I'm now the same old road, the same old block, different eyes when the lights come up. When the lights come up, the blues don't leave. They sit right down and they look at me. When the lights come up, I don't get saved, I just learn the shape of the mess I made. When the lights come up, I don't get free, I get a little more honest with me. When the lights come up, I keep on cooking. When the lights come up, I keep on walking home. I keep on walking home. I keep on walking home. 3 in the morning, iron in the air. I know that street like a prayer. I can't finish. The factory lights went out one row at a time. I was last man left with grease on my mind. Bus stop empty, storefront glass cold black. Every step I take feels like a debt coming back. My boots drag sparks off the cracked up line. I hear my own breath in the steam vent climb. I got a folded paycheck and a pocket full of shame. And the woman at home knows my middle name. Boss called me out where the whole crew heard. Said I'm late with the truth and I'm thin on my word. I kept my face straight, I kept my jaw tight, but I felt that shame like a bulb too bright. I used to come in hard, used to stand up tall. Now I count my steps by the shadow on the wall. If she's still awake when I turn that key, she won't ask for heaven, just a man in me. 3 a.m. on the line, I'm still coming in, heavy as a chain and too proud to bend. If I make it home, don't call it grace, call it one more night. I kept my place. 3 a.m. on the line, hear my work boots sound. I'm a broke broke down promise, still walking downtown. Neon flickers on a barbershop sign, looks like a warning on the edge of my mind. I thought I was strong till the dark got deep. Now the ghost in the window don't let me sleep. She left the porch light on, I know that glow, like she's saying, come on, don't make me know how close a man can get to the gutter door and still want one good reason to come back for more. I'm not clean, I'm not new, I'm not proud of what I do, but I'm still here, still taking this pain, still walking that road in the cold and rain. 3 a.m. on the line, I'm still coming in, heavy as a chain, and too proud to bend. If I make it home, let the whole block know I came back dirty, but I came back slow. 3 a.m. on the line, hear my work boots sound. I'm a broke down promise, still walking downtown. Doors locked, lights on. I'm home enough to tell the truth. Stamp red, seen by everybody. The rent slip came with a red edge line, like somebody signed my name in wine, like company threat and a store card note, same old paper with a noose in the throat. At the plant they passed that warning around. Half the men looked up, then looked back down. I took that hit where the coffee pot stand, and I still had to shake the foreman's hand. He said, you want hours, better act like time, like my life was a clock and the clock was mine. Everybody heard it, the room went still. My face got hot, but I swallowed the bill. On the way out, I laughed like a fool. That kind of laugh don't make nobody cool. It only means a man got cut too deep, and he's trying not to show it when he can't keep sleep. Red stamped envelope lying on my table, telling me my pride ain't very stable. One more line and I'm underwater. One more look and I come home shorter. Red stamped envelope, little paper knife, cutting through the parts I used to call my life. She picked it up without saying a word, read my ruin like a song she's heard. I wanted to snatch it, wanted to bark, but you can't hide daylight once it sparks. She asked me quiet, how bad is it now? I said, bad enough, that's a kind of vow. Not to tell the whole truth, just enough to stay. Not to run from the room, not to fade away. I don't fear the dead, I fear the look on her face when she knows it owns the room. seen by me too. She knows the door code. She knows the way I lie. She hears the key before it finds the slot. Knows if I've been drinking or I got what I got. I hate that she can tell by my coat and my pace, like she's reading weather on my face. I say I'm tired, she says no, you're split. And that kind of knowing don't let a man quit. She don't need my story, she knows the drift. She knows which excuse I give when I can't lift. She got my old badge, my keys, my lies. She can pull truth out with just her eyes. I used to call that love when it felt like a chain. Now I call it mercy with a bad back pain. She stands by the sink, I stand by the wall. Two tired people hearing one bell call. If she'd leave me blind, I'd probably drown. If she keeps looking, I'm gonna sit down. She knows my door code, she knows my name, knows when I'm sober and when I'm to blame. I can't fake a smile, I can't fake a night. She reads my silence like a flashing light. She knows my door code, I let her in. That's where the trouble and the mercy begin. I tried one time to keep my mouth shut tight. She came in anyway and turned on the light. Saw the bottle on the sink, saw the tear in my shirt. Saw a man so tired he was scared of hurt. I wanted to swing, I wanted to run, but my own bad temper had already won. So I sat there ugly in my work-worn skin and let her be the one who wouldn't give in. Don't call it trust, don't call it clean, call it two hard people in the same machine. She knows my door code, she knows my name, knows when I'm sober and when I'm to blame. I can't fake a smile, I can't fake a night. She reads my silence like a flashing light. She knows my door code, I let her in. That's where the trouble and the mercy begin. Door code, truth code, same thing tonight. Say it again. Say my name right. Say my name right. said I was slow as rust and thin as ink. I heard that line roll through my bones. Walked to the bar with a face of stone. Now the stool creaks, the bottle sweats, and I'm not done with the favors yet. I got a bruised up pride and a hot red throat. One bad speech and I might revolt. They say a man ought to take his load, but there's a part where the load unloads. I kept my work, I kept my cool, till he made a joke and I played the fool. So I told the room what he told me. Watched them all look like they could see. Some laughed low, some stared at the floor. One old cat said, "That's how war started in this door." Foreman said my name like I wasn't there. Now my whiskey's loud and my temper's bare. Foreman said my name, I heard it plain. Made a working man feel his own shame. Foreman said my name, now the whole bar knows how close a proud man gets to the lowest road. I don't need pity, I don't need cheer. I need one clean hour and another beer. I need my hands steady, I need my head, I need that line in my blood unsaid. But the room keeps humming that bad old tune. Every glass on the shelf sounds like noon. When a man gets clipped in front of the crowd, he starts talking mean just to stand up proud. I ain't your lesson, I ain't your joke. I'm the mouth that bites when the chain gets broke. Hey! Foreman said my name like I wasn't there. Now my whiskey's loud and my temper's bare. Foreman said my name, I heard it plain. Made a working man feel his own shame. Foreman said my name, now the whole bar knows how close a proud man gets to the lowest road. He said my name. Now I know mine. Say it again. Say my name right. Last train. Nobody left to impress. I sat on the bench by the blue line stair. Cold wind cutting through my work shirt there. One plastic cup and a paper napkin ring. That's all the choir a broke man brings. The tracks kept singing under my feet, like they knew every lie I'd greet. I tried to text, then I shut that phone. Some nights a man ought to leave well alone. The woman I love don't answer fast, and I keep making a future out of the past. I see her face in the train glass blur. I hear my own voice and I don't like her. That joke I made, that hard little grin, did more damage than I can put back in. A man can lose his home in a minute or two when he thinks being tough is what he's supposed to do. Table for one at the Blue Line station. No fine meal, just a hard situation. I'm eating my pride with a cold, thin grin, waiting on a night that won't let me in. Table for one, don't call it rest. It's just a lonely seat inside my chest. The conductor looked past me, not through me, like he'd seen enough of what men do to be free. I rubbed my face, felt the stubble and rain, thought about the hands that can't hold pain. If I go home now with my tail tucked in, maybe she'll look up and maybe begin to tell me the truth I've been dodging all week. You can't keep a house if your mouth runs weak. This station don't care who fell apart. It just keeps time like a broken heart. Table for one at the Blue Line station. No fine meal, just a hard situation. I'm eating my pride with a cold, thin grin, waiting on a night that won't let me in. Table for one, don't call it rest. It's just a lonely seat inside my chest. Next train comes, so does morning. Wrong hour got my name on it. I call when she's asleep, I come back when she's mad. I tell the truth too late, and I lie when I feel bad. I buy my piece at closing time, then I spend it by daylight. I keep the wrong hour in my pocket, like it's the only one that fits right. I miss the bus by a minute, miss the point by a mile. I hold my tongue in public, then I crack it in the aisle. My watch runs fine, my head don't. My heart keeps bad receipts. I learned how to be sorry, but not how to move my feet. I keep the wrong hour like a second skin, always showing up after I'm let in. I keep the wrong hour, it knows my face, makes a hard man stumble in a smaller place. I keep the wrong hour, it won't let go. Every good thing I touch gets place. I keep the wrong hour, it won't let go. Every good thing I touch gets slow. If I change the hour, maybe I change the man. Don't wash it yet, let it keep the day on it. You reach for my shirt like you were reaching for peace, but I still had the grease and the grit and the crease. I know it smells like metal and rain, I know it carries a little pain, but every stain on that old blue cotton means I showed up when the light got rotten. It ain't pretty, it ain't clean, it's the only proof of the life I've seen. You said, sit down, let me get that out. And I almost laughed at the way you sound, like if you rinse the cuffs and mend the seam, maybe the whole thing turns to a better dream. But I don't want polished, I don't want light, I want one woman who can hold me right. If she sees the soot and stays anyway, that's the closest thing to saved. I'll say, don't wash my work shirt, leave the day on the cloth, leave the cold dust, leave the weak man cough. Don't wash my work shirt, let it tell the truth. I've been carrying in this life since I was you. If you can love me with the grime still there, then you know the man under the wear. She laid it flat on the back of the chair, touched the frayed up sleeve like she really cared. No sermon, no pity, no holy shine, just a hand on the fabric and a look that said mine. I stood there stupid with my jaw tight shut, feeling something open where I usually cut. Maybe that's how mercy gets in the room, not in a halo, but in a work shirt bloom. If you take the dirt, take the ache too. I'm made of both, and I'm still here for you. Don't wash my work shirt, leave the day on the cloth, leave the cold dust, leave the weak man cough. Don't wash my work shirt, let it tell the truth. I've been carrying this life since I was you. If you can love me with the grime still there, then you know the man under the wear. Hang it up, don't save it, just keep it. morning don't owe me nothing. I owe it my feet. I used to think dawn was a kind thing, like it came around to bless a broken king. Now I know morning just shows up cold, checks the trash cans, counts the old. It don't ask if I'm sorry, it don't care why. It just puts gray on the busted sky. I still walk out when the shift bell rings, carrying the same bed and better things. The woman beside me ain't a miracle song. She's a hard-eyed witness when I get it wrong. She sees the debt, sees the bruise, sees the bend, and stays because leaving ain't the only end. We don't call it freedom, we don't call it fate, we call it making it through the gate. If love got a meaning after all this, well, it's too tired people refusing despair. Morning don't owe me nothing, and I know my place. I'm a working man with a rough line face. Morning don't owe me nothing. I don't ask for light, I ask for one more honest night. Morning don't owe me nothing. I pay in bone and breath, and I keep that promise past the edge of death. So if you hear me later and my voice sounds low, that's not defeat, that's the way I go. Not clean, not cured, not born again, just a man still standing where the night ran thin. I won't call it happy, I won't call it grand, I call it keeping what I can in hand. If the whole thing's a bruise, let it bruise to the end. A hard kind of mercy is the closest thing to friend. No bright road, no clean goodbye, just the same old street under the same old sky. Morning don't owe me nothing, and I know my place. I'm a working man with a rough line face. Morning don't owe me nothing. I don't ask for light, I ask for one more honest night. Morning don't owe me nothing. I pay in bone and breath, and I keep that promise past the edge of death. It wasn't the morning saved me, it was me still here when it got here.
My leather boot feels heavy, so heavy. My leather boot feels heavy, so heavy. trench coat and drags the ground. Old slicks coat the pavement. Dripping from a rusted grave, dripping from rusted grave. The heavyweight stays, the heavyweight stays. The engine hums a low note, low note. The engine hums a low note, low note. The gears grind in the dark, the metal pipes leak rust. The engine hums a low note, low note. The engine hums a low note, low note. The noise highs the hollow, the noise highs the hollow. I walk past the blue light, blue light. I walk past the blue light, blue light. My heavy coat feels like lead. The ozone smells like burnt wire. A puddle holds a distorted image distorted image. A puddle holds a distorted image. Distorted image. The pavement hums with low frequency. The pavement hums with low frequency. The signal starts to decay. Decay. The signal starts to decay. Decay. This hollow chest is uncompressed. A cracked vinyl record skips. It skips. A cracked vinyl record skips. Skips. The numbness loses its high fidelity. The numbness loses its high fidelity. I feel the heavy bass drop. My trench coat feels heavy. So heavy. My trench coat feels heavy. So heavy. The diner sign blinks blue. Cold water hits my neck. The diner sign blinks blue. The diner sign blinks blue. A chipped teaspoon rests. A chipped teaspoon rests. Jazz note his heart jazz note hits hard, hits hard. The porcelain saucer cracks a jagged white line spread. The porcelain saucer cracks. The porcelain saucer cracks. Sharp edges cut my thumb. Sharp edges cut my thumb. I found a rusted reed, so warm, warm. I found a rusted reed, so warm, warm. Water clogs the bell, the mouthpiece cracks wide. The mouthpiece cracks wide, so wide. A dented brass rim, the valves stick tight, the valves stick tight tonight. The bell holds cold sludge, so cold. The bell holds cold sludge, so cold. A heavy brass weight The keys feel still. The keys feel still. So still. The metal tastes bitter. The metal tastes bitter. So the mouthpiece breaks apart. I find a waterlogged barrel, so heavy. I find a waterlogged bone, so heavy. The horsehair snaps in two. A rusted tuning peg slips, stays loose. A rusted tuning peg slips, stays. Wood begins to rot. I watch the silver fray slowly. I watch the silver fray. The dampness eats the varnish deep. The dampness eats the varnish deep. The hollow body cracks. I feel the splintered wood. I feel the splintered wood sharp. The resonance fades away. The rhythm breaks apart dead. The rhythm breaks apart. Dead. I stir a congealed pool, cold cream. I stir a congealed pool, cold cream. The porcelain saucer has a crack. The porcelain saucer has a crack. The diner floor feels numb. The diner floor feels numb. My nerves feel stripped bare, stripped bare. My nerves feel stripped bare. A mint sand hits me so sharp. A mint sand hits me so sharp. The enamel of my memory breaks. The enamel of my memory breaks. A metal tray scrapes the table. The metal tray scrapes the table. I feel the sudden drill. I feel the sudden drill. A touch of cracked porcelain saucer, a touch of cracked porcelain saucer, so cold. The campfire died long ago. The glaze chips under my thumb. The glaze chips under my thumb, so thin. rusted tuning fork ring, a rusted tuning fork ring, hollow. The clay turns into dust. The heavy rhythm starts to ache. The heavy rhythm starts to ache inside. My heartbeat hits the floor. My heartbeat hits the floor. Hollow. I see the jagged edges. I see the jagged edges. Sharp. The shards cut through the dark. My trench coat weighs a ton, heavyweight. This trench coat weighs a ton, heavyweight. I stand under this metal edge. The damp air tastes like rust. I feel the heavy dampness. I feel the heavy dampness. A rusted, jagged anchor drags me down. I find a frame rope tangled tight. I find a frame rope tangled tight. A broken horse sits in the gutter. A broken horse sits in the gutter. A salt-stained scrap hits my boot. A salt-stained scrap It's my blues. The sight of old brownstings, the scent of old brownstings.
I hold a rusted fishing reel, rusted reel. I hold a rusted fishing reel, rusted reel. The salt crusts my skin, the line is frayed and thin. I see a shallow shimmer, I see a shallow shimmer, a broken surface and puddles, broken surface. The weight pulls me down. The cold seeps through my coat, through my coat. The cold seeps through my coat, through my coat. The nylon line snaps tight, the nylon line snaps tight. I feel the heavy drag, I feel the heavy drag. The empty net drags deep, drags deep. The pressure starts to bloom. south side flicker stains my eyes. The south side flicker stains, cold drips from the eaves. My skin feels like iron, a salt-crusted bell rings. A salt-crusted bell rings. A rusted, unanchored anchor drags through the mud. My boots strike the grit, strike the grit. My boots strike the grit. A phantom weight follows me. The rhythm hits my chest. A hollow bell tolls, tolls. A hollow bell tolls. The iron chain snaps. The metal bites my hand. My trench coat feels like lead. My trench coat feels like lead. A waterlogged saxophone reed sits still. A waterlogged saxophone reed sits still. The brass mouthpiece has a crack. The brass mouthpiece has a crack. The wipers beat a steady rhythm. The wipers beat a steady rhythm. Like a metronome, my heart beats a hollow thud. My heart beats a hollow thud out of time. The tempo drags in the mud. The tempo drags in the mud. I hold a fraying cello bow. I hold a fraying cello bow, so frayed. The blue puddles reflect the loop. The blue puddles reflect the loop, heavy. The concrete presses on my chest. The concrete presses on my chest, heavy, the weight pulls me down. A cracked metronome skips a beat. A cracked metronome skips a beat, skips. The cold water bites my skin. The cold water bites my skin, bites. The strings snap in the damp. The strings snap in the damp, snap. The wood begins to rot. My boots tread on wet asphalt, heavy boots. My boots tread on wet asphalt, heavy boots. The trench coat weighs me down. I feel nothing in my feet, numb feet. I feel nothing in my feet, numb feet. The dampness settles in my bones. A dented brass compass sits here, lost direction. A dented brass compass sits here, lost direction. It spins in a shallow puddle. A frayed hemp rope lies nearby, broken line. A frayed hemp rope lies nearby, broken line. The salt crust stings my eyes. I watch the oily puddles swirl, swirl. I watch the oily puddles swirl, swirl. rusted, jagged anchor drags below. The heavy iron sinks in grit. The heavy iron sinks in grit. A broken hull rests in mud. The heavy iron sinks in grit. The heavy iron sinks in grit. A salt scent hits my nose. Salt scent. A salt scent hits my nose. Salt scent. A frayed hemp rope snaps tight. The frayed hemp rope snaps tight. I feel the sudden sting. I feel the sudden sting. The frayed hemp rope snaps tight. The frayed hemp rope snaps tight. A muffled trumpet bleeds through walls. Through walls. A muffled trumpet bleeds through walls. Through walls. I clutch a waterlogged saxophone reed. The brass mouthpiece feels dented. The metal tastes like copper. 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 Windshield wipers beat a frantic rhythm. Frantic rhythm. Windshield wipers beat a frantic rhythm. Frantic rhythm. The brass bell vibrates with tension. The brass bell vibrates with tension. My fingers grip the cold metal. My fingers grip the cold metal. The rhythm breaks my steady pulse. breaks my steady pull. I touch a rusted brass valve, so stuck. I touch a rusted brass valve, so stuck. The damp trench coat weighs me down. A cracked reed splits in my hand. A cracked reed splits in my hand. The club sign flickers red. The club sign flickers red. The dampness bites my skin. The wipers beat a slow tempo. Slow tempo. The wipers beat a slow tempo. Slow tempo. My pulse forgets the fast swing. The cold settles in my bones. The cold settles in my bones. My heart beats a flat note. My heart beats a flat note. The rhythm loses its breath shine. My trench coat drags the ground, heavyweight. My trench coat drags the ground, heavyweight. Boots click on the wet iron. The salt eats the metal. The salt eats the metal. Afraid hemp rope snaps. Afraid hemp rope snaps. I walk through the wreckage. The cold pierces my skin too deep. The cold pierces my skin too deep. The numbness starts to crack. The numbness starts to crack. Water floods the hollow hull. Water floods the hollow hull. feel the sudden sting. I feel the sudden sting. My trench coat weighs a ton. My trench coat weighs a ton, heavy ton. Static fills my head. The tape hiss grows. The tape hiss grows thick. A broken magnetic head. A broken magnetic head scrapes. The signal fades out. A scent of cheap jasmine drifts. The scent of cheap jasmine drifts near. The playback speed fluctuates. The playback speed fluctuates erratically. A rusted unspooling cassette tape. A rusted unspooling cassette tape tangles. The ribbon hits the floor. I walk through the static. My boots press the heavy tape. A rusted unspooling cassette tape drags. The magnetic tape bleeds on the street. The magnetic tape bleeds on the street. I find a cracked magnetic head. I find a cracked magnetic head. The signal loses all its strength. The rhythm skips a beat. The rhythm skips a beat. The playback loop starts to fray. The playback loop starts to fray. A distorted signal hits the floor. A distorted signal hits the floor. The high end cuts to hiss. The high end cuts to hiss. I grip a rusted bow, so heavy. I grip a rusted bow, so heavy. The wood feels damp and low. The metal strings snap thin inside. The metal strings snap thin inside. The dampness seeps within. The resin puck is cracked and dry. The resin puck is cracked and dry. The friction starts to die. My fingers lose their grip on the wood. My fingers lose their grip on the wood. The decay feels far too good. The coffee turns to ice, so cold. The coffee turns to ice, so cold. I stare at the chipped silver teaspoon. The diner clock ticks slow. The diner clock ticks slow. I stare at the chipped silver teaspoon. The window glass feels thick. The window glass feels thick. A jukebox plays a broken tune. A jukebox plays a broken tune. The scent of wet clay hits me. The scent of wet clay hits me. The porcelain saucer shows a crack. The porcelain saucer shows a crack. The silver spoon scrapes the rim. The silver spoon scrapes the rim. My boots drag through the sludge, heavy boots. My boots drag through the sludge, heavy boots. A rusted anchor drags my feet. The wet pavement mirrors nothing. The wet pavement mirrors nothing. I see only dark oil. I see only dark oil. The tide pulls me down. The hemp rope starts to fray, fraying fast. The hemp rope starts to fray, fraying fast. The cold bites through my skin. Cold bites through my skin. My pulse beats like a drum. My pulse beats like a drum. The salt stings my eyes. The salt stings my eyes. My trench coat feels heavy. My trench coat feels heavy, heavy, heavy. Wet newsprint sticks to pavement. Wet newsprint sticks to pavement, sticks. I carry a frayed velvet case. case. A cracked brass mouthpiece bites my palm. A cracked brass mouthpiece bites my palm. Hits a puddle. Amber light hits a puddle. The brass section plays a flat note. The brass section plays a flat note. I see your empty bar stool. I see your empty bar stool. The rhythm section skips a beat. The rhythm section skips a beat. The gate is cold and the sky is gray. Steam off the grates like a ghost of the day. I got my lunchbox empty and my gloves in my hand. Used to walk through that gate like a working man. Now the chain stays up and the guard don't know my name. 5 a.m. on the south side, still smelling like flame. I can hear the old line rattling in my head. Men cussing in the dark, chasing one more bread. My coffee gone bitter, my cigarettes gone thin. The city took the shift and the rust rolled in. I kept my pride on like a jacket in the rain. But pride don't pay a light bill, pride don't ease the strain. 5 a.m. at the gate and I ain't on the list. 5 a.m. at the gate, got a paycheck like this. Small enough to fold, hard enough to break. I'm standing here sober with a shiver in my back. 5 a.m. at the gate, Lord, listen to me say, a man can lose his job and still show up this way. My old woman asked me what I seen out there. I said the same old smoke and a whole lot of air. She don't need my sermon, she needs the rent. She needs a hard-headed man who knows where it went. I seen my foreman laugh with his hat pulled low. Said, brother, this town don't pay what it used to owe. I said, then keep your laugh, keep your shoes, keep your key. Cause the last thing I got ain't for you, it's for me. I keep my back straight when the neighbors walk by, but the truth sits in my pocket with a hollow-eyed lie. 5 a.m. at the gate, and I ain't on the list. 5 a.m. at the gate, got a paycheck like this. Small enough to fold, hard enough to break. I'm standing here sober with a shiver in my back. 5 a.m. at the gate, Lord, listen to me say, a man can lose his job and still show up this way. I don't miss the noise. I miss being needed. I miss coming home with metal on my boots and something in my hands that felt like a future. Now the yard dogs sleep, in the morning won't move. I got a city in my shoulders and nothing to prove, except I can still stand it, jaw set tight. Still hear that old bell ringing in the black blue light. Maybe tomorrow I find a longer line. Maybe tomorrow the luck gets kinder to a man like mine. Till then I smoke this dawn and I watch that gate, like a dog watches dinner through a chain link cage. 5 a.m. at the gate, and I ain't on the list. 5 a.m. at the gate, got a paycheck like this, small enough to fold, hard enough to break. But I ain't done living just because I got laid. 5 a.m. at the gate, with the rust in my name. I was built for the hammer, not the shame. The gate stays shut, the sky stays low, but my shadow still knows where to go.
Bills on the linoleum, light above the sink. Ain't no romance in the way that people think. He came in smelling like cold steel and gin, dropped his hat by the door, wouldn't look at me then. I seen that check stub folded in his coat, smaller than his temper, smaller than his hole. I don't need his speeches, I can read his face. Every crease in his mouth got a dead in its place. He says he gotta hustle, says he'll make it right, but the landlord don't take hustle on the first of the night. Put the rent on the kitchen table, put the truth where I can see. Don't call it love if you can't count it. Don't call it strong if it won't feed me. Put the rent on the kitchen table, and don't you stare at the wall. I've been holding this house together while your pride been taken off. I ironed his shirt for Monday, I patched his sleeve. I learned how a woman waits and what she learns to believe. He thinks I want a hero, some clean silver saint. I want the lights to stay on in the sink, not to rain. I want meat in the pan, I want shoes that fit. I want one honest answer when I ask what it is. He says, baby, don't start, I had a rough one too. I say every rough one lands right here with you. I'm not your judge, I'm not your chain, but I am the one who feels this strain. Put the rent on the kitchen table, put the truth where I can see. Don't call it love if you can't count it. Don't call it strong if it won't feed me. Put the rent on the kitchen table, and don't you stare at the wall. I've been holding this house together while your pride been taken off. You can be broken, still be honest. You can be broken, still be mine. But if you keep lying with that shame in your mouth, I'll hear it louder than the train. I ain't leaving 'cause I stopped caring tonight. I'm just tired of the same old fight. If he wants my hand, he better bring his name and tell the whole truth, not the weather, not to blame. I love a wounded man, I know that part too well. But I don't live on promises, I live where the bills don't fail. So when he comes around with his eyes so low, I let him in slow, but I let him know. Put the rent on the kitchen table, put the truth where I can see. Don't call it love if you can't count it. Don't call it strong if it won't feed me. Put the rent on the kitchen table before the landlord comes to call. I can carry a lot of sorrow, but I won't carry all. Bills on the linoleum, right above the sink. Ain't no easy love in the way we think.
Cheap gin in a short glass, truth in a long stare. I walked in broken and I walked out loud. Had a mean little grin for the whole damn crowd. My buddy said, sit down, man, save your tongue. But the gin hit fast and my shame hit young. There's a table in the corner where my name got tossed by a woman with red nails and a laugh like frost. She said, you still act rich when the money runs thin. I said, baby, I act like a man who been cheap gin and loose teeth. That's the trouble I bring. Cheap gin and loose teeth and a heart on a string. I don't need your pity, don't you tap my pride. If I fall down drunk, I was halfway there inside. Cheap gin and loose teeth cut clean through my talk. What the city took from me, the bottle may walk. The jukebox coughed and the room went still. I saw my own reflection in a cracked old spill. My hands got shaky when I heard her say, you ain't that hard, you just talk that way. That one line landed like a pipe to the jaw, made me think of my old man and the same damn law. You get broke, get mean, get laughed at slow, then you swallow enough shame till you don't let it show. I was trying to be a king in a dollar store crown, but the whole damn room could hear me going down. Cheap gin and loose teeth, that's the trouble I bring. Cheap gin and loose teeth, cheap gin and loose teeth, and a heart on a string. I don't need your pity, don't you tap my pride. If I fall down drunk, I was halfway there inside. Cheap gin and loose teeth cut clean through my talk. What the city took from me, the bottle made walk. Don't look at me like I came here to beg. I came here to forget what I can't unmake. Then the room got smaller and my temper got wide. I heard my woman outside and I heard my hide. I could've walked home, could've kept my name, but I stayed in the fire just to feed the flame. Now my lip tastes metal, now my jacket stained. Now I got a story that I can't explain. If you see me tomorrow with my head hung low, you'll know the gin won and I already know. Cheap gin and loose tea, that's the trouble I bring. Cheap gin and loose tea, cheap gin and loose tea, and a heart on a string. I don't need your pity, don't you tap my pride. If I fall down drunk, I was halfway there inside. Cheap gin and loose tea make a fool of me, but a fool is what a broke man gets to be. Bar door slam, street light bright. I lost the fight before I left the fight. Little eyes see more than men confess. He asked me why my work boots stay by the door, why mama talks soft when she counts the floor, why my hands look black when the day been clean, why the fridge sounds hollow when it ought to mean. I told him some grown folks carry what they can, but he looked at me steady like a little old man. He touched my knuckle, said, "Is that from the job?" I said, "Partly, boy," and my voice went soft. My boy saw the rust on my hands. My boy saw the rust in my plans. He didn't ask me to be a hero, no, he just wanted me to tell him true. My boy saw the rust on my hands, and I seen my own life through. I used to think a father was a wall of stone. Now I know a father is a man coming home with the weather on his shoulders and the shame in his head, trying to make a little light out of nothing. Said, my boy found my pay stub in the cereal tin, saw the numbers shrink and the trouble I'm in. He said, "You're gonna lose the house just like that," and I had to breathe before I answered back. What do you tell a child when the truth is thin? And every honest answer feels like letting him in. My boy saw the rust on my hands. My boy saw the rust in my plans. He didn't ask me to be a hero, no, he just wanted me to tell him true. My boy saw the rust on my hands, and I seen my own life through. I wanted to teach him strength, he learned restraint instead. I wanted to give him a future, he got my fear and he got my face. So I knelt down low where the light hit plain, told him rust don't mean the whole thing's gone to stain, told him metal can bend and still hold a load, told him men can break and still find the road. He didn't smile, but he squeezed my wrist like he knew the shape of the truth in this. Then he ran off laughing to the back porch line, and I sat there quiet with the warning sign. My boy
rust on my hands. My boy saw the rust in my plans. He didn't ask me to be a hero, no, he just wanted me to tell him true. My boy saw the rust on my hands, and I seen my own life through. Little feet on the floor, old man in the chair, rust in the blood, but somebody cares.
I know better, I still come back. You got a key I never asked back. You gotta look like a broken track. Every time you say my name slow, I forget the debts I know. You don't love me clean, I don't love you neat. We've been dragging this trouble down the same old street. You smoke my peace and I drink your rain. Then we both call it love to hide the pain. You still wear my last bad habit, like a ring I won't take off. You still wear my last bad habit, and it cost me more than it all. I say I'm done, you say come on home. Then I leave my pride where the streetlights roam. You still wear my last bad habit, and I keep paying off. You know the room where my nerves go thin. You know the place where the lies sink in. You know the sound my voice gets when I break. You know I come apart for your sake. I seen you laugh with another man, then watch me burn like you planned. I should walk away, should shut that door, but I don't want peace like I want no more. A decent man might call it quits, but I've been known to live for a lesser twist. You still wear my last bad habit, like a ring I won't take off. You still wear my last bad habit, and it cost me more than it all. Then I leave my pride where the streetlights roam. You still wear my last bad habit, and I keep paying home. If you told me tonight to stay, I'd hate you in the morning. If you told me to go, I'd still ask why. That's how far gone I am. You ain't my saint, I ain't your cure. We just keep reopening what ain't pure. Still, when you touch
touch my sleeve in that barroom light, I feel like a man for one more night. That ain't love the church will bless, that's me dressed up in Sunday dress. And I can hear the devil laughing low every time I say I ought to go. You still wear my last bad habit like a ring I won't take off. Oh, 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 you still wear my last bad habit, and it cost me more. And I keep paying off. I know better, I still come back.
Same bar, different excuse. The bartender knows who got cut and who got paid, knows who leaves early and who stays brave, knows the shift talk, knows the lie and the smile, knows a man can drown in a $10 pile. By the pool table they were swapping news about hours lost and the shoes to lose. One man said work ain't work if it don't still feed. Another said boy, we're all just counting needs. No payroll, no mercy, no mercy, no sleep. You can't drink on a promise, you can't pray on a weed. No payroll, no mercy, and the night don't bend. When the work gets smaller, the hunger don't end. A woman in the corner had a coat on her lap, said her second job quit and she ain't going back. A rail man bragged about a union line, but his own kid's shoes had a split front line. The jukebox sang low, the ashtray filled a whole room of people just trying to stay still. I heard my own name in another man's shame. Same kind of hunger, different kind of name. A city like this don't ask what you dreamed, it asks what you owe and how fast you can leave. No payroll, no mercy, no mercy, no sleep. You can't drink on a promise, you can't pray on the weed. No payroll, no mercy, and the night don't bend. When the work gets smaller, the hunger don't end. Everybody in here got a story. Most of them just ain't paid yet. The last call came like a nail in wood. Some folks laughed cause they still could. Some folks stared at the floor where the prices rose, and the shame stayed sharp in their winter clothes. I tipped the glass, I looked around, saw the whole damn city in a one-room sound. Nothing clean, nothing grand, nothing fair, just people trying not to vanish in the air. No payroll, no mercy, no mercy, no sleep. You can't drink on a promise, you can't pray on the weed. No payroll, no mercy, and the night don't bend. When the work gets smaller, the hunger don't end. Lights out, stools up, sky turning gray. Same old mercy, never came this way. No, don't wash a thing clean. clean. It just shows you what you did. I came in quiet with my shoes in my hand. Thought I'd make the floor forgive what it can't understand. She was sitting by the window, coffee gone cold. She didn't turn fast, but her silence told. I said, I know I came back wrong. She said, you came back late and you stayed too long. I said, I can fix this, give me till the sun. She laughed one time like the damage was done. You can't fix this at dawn when the night's still on your breath. You can't fix this at dawn with the same old kind of step. If you want this house to hold, you better tell me what is true. 'Cause a promise ain't a hammer, and I won't build on you. I told her about the bar, the mouth I lost, the way a broken man's pride can keep a running cost. I told her about the shame I couldn't name, how every little failure wore my face the same. She listened like a judge and a nurse and a friend, like somebody who knows where mercy ends. Then she said, I don't need your story tonight. I need a man who can stand in the light. There's a difference between regret and repair. One makes noise, one stays there. You can't fix this at dawn when the night's still on your breath. You can't fix this at dawn with the same old kind of step. If you want this house to hold, you better tell me what is true. 'Cause a promise ain't a hammer, and I won't build on you. I'm not asking to be forgiven quick. I'm asking if you can still look at me. She put the cup down, stood up slow, said the hurt don't leave just because the street gets gold. I saw my own face in the hallway glass, a man too late and too full of gas. So I took my coat off, set my hands down bare. No charm left, no excuses there. If I stay, it's not to win, it's to learn how to live where I've been. You can't fix this at dawn when the night's still on your breath. You can't fix this at dawn with the same old kind of step. If you want this house to hold, you better tell me what is true. 'Cause a promise ain't a hammer, and I won't build on you. Blue light on the floor, the home of the fridge. a shadow by the door, the edge of a bridge. The gin bottle sits low, half empty and cold. The label is torn like the stories we told. I trace the glass rim, the condensation drips, the light in the kitchen through the silver slit slips. Your keys are not here, the silence is loud, a ghost in the corner, awaiting the cloud. One glass on the wood, one heart in the dust. The bitter taste remains, the silver turns to rust. Remains, the silver turns to rust. One glass on the wood, one heart in the dust. The bitter taste remains, the silver turns to rust. The bottle is low, the lights go dim, the glass hits the wood, the shadows swim. Just the gin, just the dust, just the rust.